Today we're going to talk about mindset and having the right mindset to overcome challenges. There's going to be challenges in our everyday life and business, and the way that we approach those challenges is really going to make or break the situation. It's really going to either saying this challenge, it's a roadblock, can't move past it, and we're going to give up. Or you may say, all right, this is the challenge and this is a growth opportunity. This is an opportunity for me to push past and grow from this experience. So we're going to talk about fixed mindset, growth mindset, some different things that you can do to help you have that growth mindset to push through those challenges. Because if you have these skills in your toolbox, when the time comes, when these challenges come, because they're going to come, it's life, right? Challenges come up all the time. We need to have these tools ready to go so that we know, okay, this is how we're going to approach this situation when these challenges face. So the first thing is fixed mindset versus growth mindset. So fixed mindset, like I said, this is an obstacle. This is insurmountable. I can't, we're done. We're done at this situation, or I can't move past this. This is debilitating. I am just going to curl up in my bed and watch Netflix, or I'm just going to give up, or I can't do it. And that could be anything from learning how to edit. I remember when I was first starting a YouTube channel and trying to learn how to edit and use Final Cut Pro, and I would be in tears. I just don't get it. I don't get how I do this. I need to, cut this thing out or blur this, and I don't understand. I can't get it, or my audio is messed up and it's all fuzzy and I can't figure out sound correction and how to get this out of the back, and I'm just so frustrated. Or I filmed a video and forgot to turn my microphone on. So now I just filmed this amazing video and I have to refilm it. It was so good too. It was like the points that it was just amazing. And now I have to refilm it and I'm exhausted, I'm frustrated, I'm mad, I'm ticked off, and I'm not going to have the same energy. Yep, been there. Or you write this amazing blog post, or you create this amazing presentation for a client and your computer crashes and it wasn't saved. Yep, been there, done that. Now, having that fixed mindset of, it's it, I'm done. Nope, it's not going to happen. Having that fixed mindset, or you can have the growth mindset that says, you know what, I can overcome these challenges. Yes, I didn't have this video that the microphone was off, but you know what? Now I can take a step back. I can re-review my notes and I can do it better. Yeah, I can do it better. I can add in this other little story. I can do this. And that was almost a practice lesson. And practice, we're supposed to be practicing what we're doing. So that was practice. Now I can do it even better. And this is an opportunity for growth. Or, hey, this is an opportunity to be like, you know what? When computer crashes, I need to get better at putting processes in place to make sure I'm saving, to make sure I'm doing this and having communication, different things like that. And having that mindset shift is going to be so different. A lot of it too is with the growth mindset, it's having that shift in the thought process of when these obstacles come up, this is an opportunity to learn. This is an opportunity to grow. When I'm frustrated because I can't figure out Final Cut and how to get this out of the back of my videos and it sounds really distracting, you know what? That's an opportunity to learn a new skill. That's an opportunity to really say, you know what? Okay, let's learn. There's tutorials, there's videos. What can I do to learn a new skill to make my audio sound better, to make my lighting better, to do different things, to improve the quality of my videos? Or, hey, I wrote these emails and no one clicked on it. No one likes my emails, and I spent all this time, hours writing these emails, and no one even clicked. Okay, well, that's an opportunity to improve your copy. That's an opportunity to figure out how to communicate better, how to write better subject lines, how to really hook the audience, how to tell a story, how to be more relatable, and saying, okay, this is an opportunity for growth. This is an opportunity for learning versus the victim mentality of, I just suck at it and I'm just going to quit and give up. No, we're not going to quit. We're not going to give up. One key aspect of having a growth mentality is embracing failure. And so often especially as a kid growing up, failure is a bad thing. Failure is something that we need to not do. And failure is you messed up, you did it wrong, you did it bad, you failed. You got an F on that test. You failed at that basketball game. You did not do good at all. You failed, and failure is bad. We need to get out of that mindset. Failure is actually a learning opportunity. Failure is an opportunity to say, okay, we need to improve. We need to do some research. We need to read some books. We need to educate ourselves. And we need to turn failure into a positive thing. Now, failure, it could also be, and I'm going to talk about this in a future video as well, but sometimes when we're failing, that may be an opportunity and a shift of saying, maybe this isn't the right thing for me. We have done all that we can to educate. We've done all that we can to do what we need to do, and we have given it 6 months. We've given it whatever time frame, and maybe it's time for us to change, do something else. Sometimes we beat a dead horse and we are just, no, we got to do it. 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 But sometimes it's not the right thing, and you may need to pivot. I have a friend John, that was in a mastermind, and he had a YouTube channel, personal finance YouTube channel, and it was not doing well at all. And he would come to these calls and these mastermind calls, and he was like, guys, I'm not growing. I got 12 views and I've had, 300 subscribers for over a year, and I'm just not growing, and no one cares. No one's watching my stuff. I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to give up and blah, blah. And he finally said, you know what? I'm not good at this content. I am not good at this. So we're going to pivot, and we're not going to give up totally, but we're going to change what we're doing. Apparently for John, personal finance content is not the way to go. He pivoted to real estate, and then he pivoted a second channel, which was his wife's nursing channel, to a family vlogging channel. And now they have over 200,000 subscribers. Because he was like, you know what? I failed at this content. People did not like it from me. So I'm not going to throw in the whole bag on YouTube, but I'm going to say that this failure right here is a time that I need to pivot. I've put in the work. I've put in over a year of this content. It is not working. So I need to figure out something, and I need to figure out another skill that I have, and I need to pivot. And when he did that, it exploded in over 200,000 subscribers. That's amazing. That's amazing. So using that failure as a not of I'm going to quit, but I need to figure out why. Why am I failing? What do I need to change? What do I need to pivot and do? And not just throw in the bag totally, but something's got to change. The next aspect of having a growth mindset is having a positive attitude. And bear with me as I say this. I'm not let's just be happy all the time and let's just be happy. But having that attitude of, okay, there's always room for growth. There's always room for improvement, and focusing on that versus, well, this sucks. Well, this is, yeah, I'm just not good at this, or I failed at this, or this person left a negative review. And looking at the positive, I can even say this with YouTube comments. When I first started and I would start getting those hate YouTube comments, and it was really, really hard for me. And I got some nasty YouTube comments. I got some that say I should start saving for a divorce when I was only married for a couple of months, because I was giving my husband more eating out money in our budget than I was having. So I was paying him to stay with me. I had another comment that said something along the lines of I should give my husband earplugs or people earplugs because of my voice. I've had all these negative comments, and it's so easy to focus on those comments and not on the positive ones. We focus on the negative. It's so easy to focus on that versus all the positive. I can get one negative comment and 300 positive comments, but where does my brain go? It goes to the negative. So we need to focus on the positive. I personally have a folder on my desktop of positive comments, of positive emails that I will save. So when I'm having those bad days, I can then go and look at those and say, you know what, this is amazing. I'm helping a lot of people. And I can look back and say, you know what, all right, I am changing lives. I am helping people, and focusing on that. Another thing that really helped me with dealing with those negative comments on YouTube, which we're going to get. I had this video on talking about why I stopped following Dave Ramsey. Now, I started my YouTube channel as a Dave Ramsey channel and documenting my journey. And over the years, I realized Dave's not for me anymore. And I stopped following him. Now, a lot of the stuff that he taught me was amazing in the foundation of learning how to manage my money, but I no longer followed him. And I had a lot of people that said, hey, why did you stop following Dave? Why? What was the shift? So I did a video laying out why I stopped following Dave. And I didn't bash him. I didn't say, I just said, this is what I don't agree with. I don't agree with the $1,000 emergency fund. I like having a 1 month's worth of expenses. I don't agree with his investing. I don't agree with not investing until you pay off debt. I don't agree with these things about Dave. And so I just laid out. Whoo, guys, the hate that I got on that. Oh my gosh, it was insane, the hate. It is my most commented video on the hate comments. Is just crazy. So do you know what that did? What I did? Just shift my mindset, because it was hard. It was hard getting those comments. Is I did two things. One, I reminded myself that that's every time they comment those things, that's helping the algorithm. That's helped pushing out my video to get more and more and more engagement. And now I believe that is my most paid video, where I've made the most money out of any video on my entire channel from that video, because a lot of that is the engagement. All the comments that I got, then they just helped show YouTube that people liked the video because they were commenting on it. And YouTube says engagement is engagement. We don't care if it's positive engagement, negative engagement, it's engagement, and we like engagement on our content. So I said every time that I got a nasty comment, I was like, yes, that's engagement. That is more people that are going to see this video now. And it has over 250,000 views, over 250,000 views. And then the second thing I did is I created a follow-up video. And I said, okay, here are the pros and cons. I took some of those negative comments. I even showed them on screen of the video and said, here are the pros and cons. I've gotten all this hate and all this criticism about Dave, and that I didn't know the program. I didn't know this. I'm like, trust me, I know the program like the back of my hands. This is the pros of Dave. This is the cons of Dave. This is what I like about him. This is what I don't like about the program. So I did a follow-up video. Then in TubeBuddy, you can create a pinned comment or a canned comment. So I created a canned comment that says, have you watched my follow-up video on the pros and cons of Dave, where I dig deeper into this topic? Here's the link to the video. And I can save it so that every time someone comments something, I can just click and it automatically posts that video. So then every time I got those negative comments, I would just do that canned response, pointing them to the next video. So that's more engagement. And they would write back, I'm not watching another one of your videos. You're an idiot. You're stupid, blah, 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 blah. Then 20 minutes later, curiosity got the best of them. And then I got a comment on that second video from them saying, you're an idiot, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I thought you weren't going to watch another video, but curiosity got the best of them. Then they're commenting on that video, and it's more engagement, more engagement, more engagement. And then that video has made a ton of views as well. So having that mindset shift of, you know what, we can make something positive out of this, and saying, okay, we're going to look for the positive in any situation. And when you have that mindset of looking for the positive, you're going to find the positive in things. You're going to find the good. Just like when you have a giving mindset. And I really noticed this with myself when I'm like, you know what? I want to be a more giving person. I want to be a better encourager. Opportunities came where people in front of me needed their groceries paid for. They were short. There's my opportunity to give. Let me pick up the extra $10 for your bill. Or, hey, you're having a really bad day. You know what? Let me speak some truth into you. Let me speak some light into you and say, you are amazing. You are so good at these things. Opportunities just come in when you have that mindset of, I want to give. I want to be positive. I want to encourage. The opportunities will come when you have that positive mindset. When you have that negative mindset, you're going to get a nail in your tire. You're going to get this. You're going to get pissed off. You're going to spill your coffee. You're going to have all these things. Like, I feel like so much of it just that, okay, we can get through this, and I am going to work through and have this positive mindset. It is honestly a game changer. The next way to have a positive growth mindset is to have self-awareness, and have self-awareness of where we can improve, where we need to change, and having that mindset of, okay, like, I know this is one of my faults and I can change and get better. And having that self-awareness, it's so easy to have it start in the family. Maybe starting with your spouse or your kids, of being self-aware when you lose your temper, self-aware when you are a little bit too short with your kids and saying, pick up your toys. I told you to pick up your toys and it's been 5 minutes, you haven't picked up your toys. Just that self-awareness, but also maybe self-awareness with your clients or with your employees and saying, you know what, I'm micromanaging a little bit too much and that is hindering their workflow and hindering their creativity. So I need to be self-aware of what I'm doing, or I need to be self-aware at communicating better with my clients and saying, you know what, okay, I'm a virtual assistant for this brand and I am going to be a little bit late on it, and communicating with them saying, hey, something came up, life happens, and I'm going to be a little bit late, but I would rather be a day or two late than be rushed to it and have it be half done. Which would you prefer? Would you prefer me to rush it out because it needs to get out? Or would you rather me take an extra day and really make sure it's solid? And then let them decide. Say, you know what, no, we're on a deadline. We just need it out. It's going to be great. Let's just get it out. Or, hey, yeah, you know what, we're ahead on content. So it's okay if it's a day late. We have that buffer in there. Take your time. But having that self-awareness of saying, all right, I messed up, or hey, I need some extra time, or hey, my temper's a little short and I need to really fix this. So having that self-awareness is so important in our everyday life and in business. The next way to have a growth mindset is learning and always educating yourself and having that thought process of, you know what, I got to improve. I got to grow. I can't stay stagnant. There's always things that I can learn and grow. And you're watching these videos, which is huge. And just watching these videos is showing that you want to learn. You want to improve. I used to work at a company that one of their core values was continuous improvement and always educating yourself. And I think that's incredible. I think it's so important to always be growing in every aspect of your life and saying, okay, what videos can I watch? What podcasts can I listen to? What books can I read? What can I do to grow myself as a person and not stay stagnant? So often people are just so complacent with, doing their day job and coming home and taking care of their family, taking care of their kids, but just staying there. And then other people are like, you know what? No, I got to have a passion towards something. I need to have something that I'm working towards and learning and growing myself. I don't want to just stay the same person I am. I don't want to just be the same person I was the next year and the next year and next year. And it's not competition with other people. It's competition with yourself. I want the version of me to be better a week from now, a month from now, a year from now than I am today. I always want to be a better version of myself. And a big part of that is learning and educating myself. And the next part of having a growth mindset is having a purpose. And just like the last point of having that purpose and having something that you're working towards, having something that drives you. What is your why? What is your purpose? Why are you doing what you're doing? And having something that says, you know what? I'm doing this so that I can even make more money, but with that more money, I can go and serve people. I can go on mission trips. I can feed people that need some extra money. I can, buy Thanksgiving meals for people at Thanksgiving, or buy Christmas gifts for families that, just lost their job and can't buy gifts for their kids. That's why I'm working hard on the second job or this business so that I can do that. Or I want a better life for my kids than I had. I grew up in a home where we barely made ends meet. So I want to not have that for my daughter, not have that for my family. So I work so hard to make sure that she has a better life than I did. So that she works so hard that she doesn't have to qualify for free lunches, so that she doesn't have to struggle in this way, so that she doesn't have to live that life that I did. Yes, I had a good childhood, but I want her to have an amazing childhood. I want her to not have stressed out parents. That's my purpose. I want her to not feel that tension in the house and not feel that tension with bills, with fighting, with this, but really work towards having that. And what's your purpose? What's your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? What's driving you to grow this business and start this business? And that's so important to have and to continually remind yourself of when those days that you don't want to do it. There's going to be days that you don't want to work. There's going to be days that you don't want to film. There's going to be days that you don't want to write a blog post or, work with a client. but what's the reason why you're doing it? That's going to help drive you and push you to actually do it when you don't want to. So like we said, we're going to have challenges. We're going to have face things in life, face things in business, but these are the steps that we're going to take to make sure that we work through those and to get out on the other side and say, you know what? All right, we can work through this. We can push past this. And this challenge is actually going to make me a stronger person. This challenge is going to make my business stronger and me as a business owner stronger as well. And even me as a person stronger as well. So really embrace those challenges and really figure out, okay, this is how I can grow from them and this is how I can be a better person. Let's keep the conversation going. If you want to know the skills that you can use in your everyday life to create an online business, how to use those skills, check out this video here. And if you want to dig deeper into finding your why, finding your purpose, all the growth that you need to do and the steps that you need to take to find that why, check out this video here.